Hello my fellow YouTubers, DVD collectors, and subscribers. I've come to do another update. I will be getting on my Q&A video pretty soon, but for now, and probably reviews, but for now I'm going to do an update. And it's pretty big, so I'm just going to start it off. Here's Life Force, the Scream Factory Special Edition release, DVD Blu-ray combo. It's a really cool movie. Naked space vampire aliens, people exploding into dust. Parts in space, parts in England, apocalyptic kind of stuff. It's a very cool movie. I know I've talked about it before a few times, but shit's cool. I had to get the special edition release. I highly recommend this movie. It's one of my favorites by Tobe Hooper, who did Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Poltergeist, and probably some others I'm forgetting. But anyway, those were some cool movies. But anyway, the Scream Factory special edition release of Phantasm 2, the collector's edition. Finally a good release with lots of bonus features, unlike that crappy older Universal release. I recommend this movie. It's probably the best sequel in the Phantasm series. I like it just as much as I do the first movie. It's not quite the same though, but it's cool. It's bigger budget than the last movie. There's like a quad-barreled shotgun and a homemade flamethrower used in it. It's a pretty interesting movie. The revenge story of them trying to track down and get the tall man. Well, it's fun times. But then we got The Howling, a werewolf movie. Another awesome Scream Factory release. Werewolves turning into werewolves killing people. They're trying to keep their secret society under control. Or you get my idea. They're living out in the middle of the woods. These other people come out there. I don't know, it's hard to explain. But the point is it has some cool werewolf special effects. A cool transformation scene. I'd recommend it. It's worth seeing. Then we've got the collector's edition of They Live. By No Imagination. I don't know. The whole sunglasses thing, it's pretty cool. I heard they were trying to remake this and in place of sunglasses it's an app on their iPhone. Get the fuck real, people. Wow. Jesus Christ. But the point is, this is a very cool movie. It really, I don't know, I feel like it's underrated for what it is. Even though, yeah, it's cheesy because they picked some wrestler to be the main character. They live, we sleep. It's a really cool movie. He came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and he's all out of gum. He's just had too much. He's just had enough of this world, and with all the gum, what the fuck else is he gonna do, He's just, man. Anyway, and that is a very cool movie, whatever. So then I got the Full Moon Special Edition, it's the only release out so far of The Evil Clergyman. It's based off of H.P. Lovecraft. It has Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton in it from Reanimator and From Beyond. Anyway, much to my surprise and disappointment, I found out that this movie is only 1.5 hour long. Yes, that's right. It's a barely 30-minute long movie. Glad that I didn't get it for too much, but just be warned, it's a 1/2 hour long. I have not seen it yet, but I kind of was disappointed to find out it's only 30 minutes. Yep, but hey, it could be cool, it could be fun, let's see. Then we got the limited edition of Found, director signed. I heard so many good things about it, decided to get it, jumped on the chance to get it. There was an option there for the director to sign it or just have it factory sealed. I didn't look at it because I just saw it, bought it in a heartbeat. And so I guess I got the director signed edition. And that's pretty cool. It's a collector's item. So yeah, he signed it. It's a really good movie. A coming of age slasher serial killer movie. It's different. I'd highly recommend it. It's probably one of the better horror movies I've seen in forever. It's pretty deep for the kind of movie it is. Really, it tugs at your heartstrings, okay? It's gory when it needs to be. It's not like a bloodbath or anything. It's pretty nuts. I highly recommend this whenever you get a chance to see it. I don't know, this limited edition may run out because it was limited to probably 1,000 copies. I don't know, it says somewhere in there. 1,000, 2,000, something like that. But it may get a re-release after it's been through all the theatrical showings, but... Or, the limited release. After it gets through that, it might get a better release. Who knows? Then I got No Country for Old Men. I've heard good things about this forever. Saw it in the $5 bin. Couldn't pass it up. I mean, I watched parts of this. Never really finished it. But from what I saw, it was interesting. Do know how it ends, but... If anything pissed me off about this, there was this bonus free movie in there. This thing, you know what movie it was for. They decided to give me a free code to download one of those crappy Tyler Perry Medea movies. Are you fucking serious? Come on. But anyway, No Country for Old Men. I'll get on it sometime. It looks interesting. Then I got the Boondock Saints. Couldn't pass it up. But knowing that it's just the... I didn't realize till I got it, but it's just the R-rated version and not the director's cut, so I might end up getting the unrated version. But anyway, it's a pretty cool movie. Two people... It's a crazy action movie. These two people that think they're chosen by God to clean up the crime, kill people. It's pretty crazy. There's some cool action sequences. That whole bit with... William Dafoe is just dancing around as there's gunfire, and it's a cool movie. It's fun to watch. Okay, and then we've got Black Dynamite. I love this comedy. It makes fun of blaxploitation. It depicts both the good and the bad of blaxploitation from the 70s. But either way, it's a really good comedy. It's fun. I highly recommend it. Donuts don't wear alligator shoes. You have to see it. There's probably some other things that I'm forgetting, but the point is, it's a cool comedy. Wonderful movie. I recommend it. It's just so much fun on the blaxploitation thing. And then anyway, I now have thanks to Mr. Wonderful Cameraman over there, I finally have the special limited edition of Total Recall. The weird, crazy one that comes in this packaging. Anyway, it's an absolutely fantastic action movie with balls. Like, he literally grabs a wounded bystander and uses him as a human body shield. How often do you see that? This movie has balls, has brains, it has a lot of things that... It's more than an action movie, basically. It's... Really watch it, science fiction action. And it also, it fucks with your head. It's beautiful. And, Arnold, doing his thing, and it's very violent, too. But either way, it's a great movie, and I highly recommend it. Then we got Renaissance. Heard of it, haven't seen it, was willing to give it a chance. But then, shortly after I got this, for the exact same price, they had an entire collection that had it. It had Renaissance in it, it had... Fortress in it with... Well, I don't care for Christopher Lambert, but anyway, it was directed by Stuart Gordon, who did Reanimator and From Beyond, like, as I mentioned before. But this is a pretty cool action movie. Fortress is a really cool action movie. I recommend that one. Intestination. Yeah, it's in there. It's a futuristic escape from prison movie. They have these giant bombs, or they have these small bombs inside of them. And they, depending on what the prisoner does, like if he tries to escape or if he disobeys, it will either explode and kill him or cause a lot of pain. It's an interesting movie. And it's a futuristic escape from prison kind of movie. Then we have Total Recall 2070, the sequel to this TV movie sequel to Total Recall. And let me tell you, it is not worth your time. Don't go there. Then Prophecy with Christopher Walken, hadn't seen it forever, wanted to see it again. And that's about it. That's all that I was interested on this. Maybe Nirvana. Has nothing to do with the band though. But we'll see. We'll see what that's like. But Fortress is cool. Give that one a shot sometime if you get the chance. Let's see. Then we have Ralph Bakshi's American Pop. Not one of my favorites by his. Some interesting animation. It's kind of a depressing movie. They go through all these different eras of music, pop music in particular. They start from I'm thinking the 1920s to 1981, which was when this came out. And they could just stop right there with pop music. I mean, seriously. They could just stop there and it'd be fine. It's an interesting movie. It's worth seeing. Not my favorite of his, but I'd say it's one of his better ones. Then we have the really awesome Day of the Dead special edition by Arrow Video, which this one's limited. I paid out the ass for this one. It's gone out of print. But I have not seen any of the features on this. It's Blu-ray, but it's a different region. But the cool thing about it is the comic book that's limited to just this edition. It's really cool. If you ever get a chance to read it, it is awesome. It explains how Bub became Bub, basically. It explains that character's past, leading up to him becoming a zombie. And it's really good. It's crazy. I mean, the things he went through to just become a zombie. Jesus Christ. Alright. Anyway, we got the special edition of George A. Romero's Martin. It too is not a region-friendly release. This is just the DVD. Apparently there's an Italian cut on here, like the Italian version with music by Goblin. Anyway, it's a cool vampire movie. It's different. It's about a guy who thinks he's a vampire or something like that. He has a behavior like that. He runs around killing people. Because he does not have fangs, he uses razor blades, and he also uses drugs to basically calm them in a state where he can work with what he's got. Anyway, it's very interesting, it's different, it's kind of funny. I don't know, I kind of really like the main character of this one. It's different. I somehow could identify with this main character. I don't know how or why, but as weird as it sounds, yeah. It's a very good vampire movie. Well, it's not quite a vampire. Yeah, just watch the damn movie. It's good. I recommend it. Then we have Dario Argento's Sleepless. And this is actually the uncut version, which in the US it's cut, but this one's uncut. It's like some scene with a person getting decapitated and a few others, but it's interesting. I didn't like it as much as I did the first time, but it's very much worth seeing. It's one of his better movies, especially later on in his career. Killer running around doing themes that coincide with this book, a children's book, and there's some guy who is rumored to be a murderer, but he's like the guy who's rumored to be the murderer he wrote children's books and he was a midget. I don't know, I found that interesting. Puppets are involved somewhere in there. It's an interesting movie. It's worth seeing. Then we have the Werner Herzog Kinski box set, or collection, whatever. Point is, there's this director, Werner Herzog, and this actor named Klaus Kinski, and they did a bunch of work together. I got it mainly because it had... what's the name of that one? The Nosferatu from the 70s. So it's a German take on Nosferatu with Klaus Kinski as Dracula, and or Nosferatu, whatever. The point is, it looked interesting. I wanted to get it in time for Halloween. It was out of print, so I decided to hurry up and get it. Maybe the other movies looked interesting to me too. I'll give them a chance sometime, but I don't know. I haven't seen one to come to an adequate conclusion on either of those people, so... Then, through a trade, I got this through an awesome friend, the Twilight Zone collection, fan favorites collection. It's just 19 episodes. It has William Shatner with the thing on the plane. It's on the wing of the plane! You must stop! It's there! You know, him doing his thing. It's interesting. This series is great. If you haven't seen it, you should see it sometime. This is the old black and white Twilight Zone, not that bullshit that they play now that's modern and in color. Screw that, really. Just stop. Anyway, the point is, it's cool. I have to watch this box set, but most of the episodes that I've seen from the Twilight Zone are good. It's a good series. Then we have Near Dark, a vampire movie. Vampire bikers, or a vampire, I wouldn't say bikers, but I'd say more of like a gang of vampires out in the west. Or southern, whatever. The point is, they're out there in the middle of nowhere doing their thing. I haven't seen it forever. I thought it was just okay the first time I saw it, but I need to rewatch it. I'm willing to give it another go this Halloween. Hopefully I'll like it better, but it looked cool. I remembered some cool things about it, but we'll see. This is the out-of-print Anchor Bay edition. Ooh, 2 discs. So cool. And then we have the Ultra Sexy. Oh, Steelbook. The Ultra Sexy 2-disc Ultimate Edition of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Saw it, liked it. Wouldn't say I loved it, but I'd have to see it again in order to come to an adequate conclusion. Just in time for Halloween, I got this too. So I'll get on that. You get the idea, Leatherface chasing after people, chainsaw. But it's not like really brutal or anything. If you know this, it's very not that brutal. It's just what you don't see, basically. I don't know. And then we have the Batman 8-disc special edition, or the Anthology. It has all 4 movies, all 4 of them double disc, so that's cool. I mainly got it for the first 2, the 2 Tim Burton ones. The rest I don't care about, like especially that last fucking one that had, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, you know. Why don't you chill, Batman? You know, just fuck. I mean, I remember seeing it in theaters back in the day. But, yeah, I don't have any good memory. I don't really think too highly of that one. But the first 2 I am interested in revisiting. Almost did recently, but we'll get on it soon enough. It's a good box set. I'd recommend at least checking into the first one that had Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton as the Joker. But, then I got the Zombie Pack by Shriek Show, which, you know, it's Zombie 3, Zombie 4, and Zombie 5. They're sequels to the Fulci movie. These, I'm going to be honest, they are really bad. At least from what I've seen. But I've seen 3, and I had a lot of fun with 3. It reminded me of a lot of other... It's just absolutely ridiculous. The guy from Troll 2 was involved in that one somehow. I don't know. It's... The third one's we're seeing. The rest, I don't know about the rest, but I had a lot of fun with Zombie 3. I guess if you're really into those, check it out. Then we got the 8-movie Midnight Horror Collection. And to be brutally honest with you, I only got it for Reflecting Skin and the Pit and the Pendulum remake. Reflecting Skin, I heard good things about. Pit and the Pendulum, it's pretty cool movie. I don't know. I don't remember a whole lot about it, unfortunately. But I can revisit it anytime. But as for the rest, fuck the rest of them, really. Just no. And this came, it was a 2-pack thing. This came with it, and I don't give a shit about it. You can see what's on there. They look horrible. But yeah. Some of those clown ones. Jesus Christ. Killjoy! He's not clowning around. Okay, stop. No. Then also because it was cheap, Gran Torino, saw the ending of it. I really need to see the whole thing all the way through. So I got that. Get off my lawn! You know. It looked interesting. I'm willing to watch it. Clint Eastwood's a badass. Anyway, then we got Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow. Wanted to get that one in time for Halloween. Wanted to revisit it. Remember it being cool, but I haven't seen it in like forever. So let's hope it's as good as it was, as I remember it being. Then there's The Host, a South Korean monster movie. And the monster's CG, and the monster looks like shit. But the point is, everything else about this movie is good. It's very much worth seeing. I'd recommend it. they're trying to rescue this person who was abducted by the creature. I don't know, it didn't end the way I thought it would. There's this whole thing about or a biological outbreak with the creature, but I don't know, you'd have to see it. I don't want to give away too much. It's interesting, it's worth seeing. And that has been my entire update. Anyway, thank you for watching. Would love to hear some comments or questions. My Q&A video is still up, and I'm still taking questions for that at this moment in time. Go ahead and ask questions. I will try to get a review for The Dead up sometime. I know I keep saying that, but I'll do it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and have a good night, or good whatever it is wherever you are. Just be happy, be cool. Later.